So in high school, my mom liked to tell me I was popular. At 16, I was editor in chief of the school newspaper. I sat first chair tenor saxophone in a row full of boys. I was president of the journalism club, Quill and Scroll. I took honors classes, and I didn't get in trouble, and I didn't give my parents any grief. So to me, being the smart, good, quiet student meant that I passed everything at the hard level. And I definitely wasn't a student that did something like summer school. That is until one chemistry test sent me there. And if I'm honest with myself, I'm not surprised. Science and math classes give me anxiety. I have to take a minute before I walk into the classroom, close my eyes, take a deep breath, and calm myself down. And during the lesson, I'm trying to focus on the teacher, but the teacher sounds like Charlie Brown's teacher, and the equations and numbers are just flying around in my head. And if I could just get through the class, then maybe I can muddle through at my own pace, or I can bribe my engineer brother with a pot of coffee so that he can explain the concepts and equations to me. And you know, I'm relieved to get C's and B's because at least they're in honors classes. And besides, I'm not even a math and science person anyway. That is until my school started these things called performance standards. One test each semester was 50% of your grade, and I failed one of them in my chemistry class. And I can't even focus on what the teacher is trying to tell me. He tells me, you need to go to summer school, but don't worry, you only have to go as long as you need to retake the test and pass it. So I'm like, great. I don't even know how I'm going to get through that semester, and the paperwork he gives me to sign up might as well be a badge of shame. I can't even tell my friends. I'm so embarrassed. My friend Sharon makes A's and B's. My friend Justin looks at me and says sorry, his face filled with sympathy. And I don't even want to tell my mom because these things don't happen to her children. My two older brothers, when they were at my school, they did honors classes and got high grades all the way. And I told her, and she wasn't too excited about it, but she says, try your best because she knows I'm not a math and science person anyway. And she's right, because when I go to my English classes, I feel at ease and I'm at home. And the English classes are in the nice rooms where there's an accent color on the wall. And the shelves are filled with books. And it makes the room feel warm and inviting. And my teacher, she's wearing a cardigan or a sweater. And she's smiling at me and asking me what I think about themes or character motivations. And I get A's on all my essays. And I get encouraging notes with my writing. And then I go to chemistry, and it's white cinder block walls, harsh overhead fluorescent lighting, and my teacher's a guy in khakis, a polo, and glasses. His practical, let's get down to business outfit to explain the rigid rules of a chemistry concept I don't understand. I mean, how can there be one answer to all these problems? So, how am I supposed to get through summer school and pass a semester's worth of chemistry? And I think about the motivation. How can I do it in a way that shows people that it's not who I am? Like, how can I be the best at summer school? And I realize I have to make my anxiety work for me. I realized about myself that I'm not a person motivated by normal motivation. I can't tell myself to do something and then just reward myself with a treat. I'll just give myself the treat. In fact, I live on treats. Every day at school, my lunch rotates between popcorn, white cheddar popcorn, or pretzels with a little carton of orange drink. And I can't do something special for myself because my good kid resume lets me go out Friday and Saturday nights. So gas is under $1, and that means driving around, listening to my tapes is my form of self-care. And summer school starts, and I already hate the way the world feels when I wake up to get ready. My brother is asleep. My mom's already at school. My mom's already at work, and she doesn't even care if I have lunch money because it's not a real school day anyway. And the world feels weird outside. The sun feels like summer, and the streets are empty. And the school feels like some sort of alternate reality where the parking lot has barely any cars on it, and the halls are empty. I don't have newspaper or band, and none of my friends are there. And I go into the even more empty chemistry room with the white cinder block walls, and there's kids in there that don't even recognize, and they're looking at me, and I'm looking at them. And if this were the reality game show Survivor, I'd be the one saying, I didn't come here to make friends. So then I take a seat up front, which is, I think, the most let's get down to business section of the classroom. And now it's like, how can I get through a semester's worth of chemistry in as little time as possible? And it's the mid-90s, so I make my own equivalent of a Spotify playlist, which is a stack of CDs ranging from like Matchbox 20, Portishead to the Springer soundtrack. And I make myself sit in the classroom and sit in my room and go through the CDs and work through the exercises, because pretty much class is just tutored lessons, because the assortment of kids there have failed one or both of those performance standards. And I go to the second week starts, and I realize that summer school, Sunday after summer school, the Sunday scaries you get on a Sunday means that on Monday you wake up to your own horror movie. My brother's still asleep, my mom's at work, and my world is empty. And night after night, I make myself go through the exercises, listen through my stack of CDs, and I don't know if it's muscle memory, but maybe I'm starting to get it. Maybe some of the lessons are starting to click, and things that were tripping me up during the semester are finally kind of coming together. And soon after, the teacher gives us a retake to see how much we've learned in about almost 2 weeks of review. So he puts the test down, and again, I have to close my eyes and take a breath and try and remember my work, my review work. And I'm the first one done. And I get up, and I'm the first one to turn in my test. And since it's a summer school, he takes the test and he starts grading my paper right then. And I'm so nervous, I'm sick. But he makes enough checks on my paper to give me a passing grade. He says, congratulations, scratches my name off the roster, and says, have a good summer. So I am the first one done with summer school. So yes, I do think I won. But now I know that, yes, I'm an honor student who's gone to summer school, but now I'm one that knows that challenges don't change who I am. Thank you.